Welcome to Novice Quadcopters. Today I'll be doing a mod on the Hubsan H502s to add landing gear. It comes with its own little legs or stanchions, whatever you want to call them, but I find that from the Hubsan H502 and models earlier, including the one after this, the H501s, they all are low to the ground. And the issue I have with that is unless they cut the grass really well in the neighborhood where you are, or you have an actual landing pad to take off from, what happens is you often wind up mowing the lawn. Now, what I want to point out with the Hubsan H502 is, you notice the venting system down here. Well, that's to keep the board inside and the camera, all of those mechanisms inside, pretty cool while during flight. I think it also has something to do with the barometer also. But while adding landing gear, you have to keep in mind, you want to keep your door free and this SD card slot free. And I found the perfect landing gear to do that with. I have the UDI U6 RC copter because I used to fly copters. This is a spare parts copter. And what I plan on doing today is actually taking the landing gear, which I've already unscrewed from the U6, and actually attaching it to the bottom of the Hubsan. So pretty much, if I can squat down some, it'll look like this. I'll lift it after the job's done. Now, as I mentioned, I plan on attaching this landing gear from the U6 UDI RC copter to the bottom. Now, the issue we have is the bottom of the Hubsan H502s is round and this is flat. So I have a solution for that. And that solution is to actually take some foam that I've cut, regular shipping foam, and I cut it into little strips here, 2 strips that actually are the length of the landing gear. So what happens is I will hot glue it to this piece here like that. And the round part will glue attached that way, and it'll also take on the curve of the quadcopter. Now, before I can attach anything together, I have to take these little shipping foam strips, like I mentioned before. You can get it from like air conditioning packaging or drone packaging. It's very soft. Some people actually use it for gimbal cushions and stuff like that. I have a hot glue gun here that's already heated up, and I've already wasted a little bit of it, but the objective is to just dot it. Just take it and put little dabs onto the landing gear. Just enough. Don't worry about spider webs. Those you can break off as the glue cools. And we're placing it on like that. And repeating the process with the other side. And this will be the base that actually keeps the landing gear attached to the quadcopter. And it also add a little bit of cushion. As you see, it's very simple to do. And hopefully a few of you will try this mod. As you see, I have attached both pieces using a glue gun. I've gotten rid of the spider webs. And in theory, I'm going to use the front lift towards the front of the drone. Now, I've already measured it and found out that by putting the rear end here on the quad, the vents are still open to an extent. I still have access to the SD card. And as you see, the battery door still swings open. I'm just going to let the glue gun get a little hotter, and I'm actually going to attach the drone. Here's the final step. By adding this gear to this quad, hopefully I won't have any issues with her landing in the grass or taking off from a grass that's taller than an inch high. And she actually looks pretty cool on a landing gear like that. If you notice, she rocks, and that's because after I apply the glue here, I'm going to press it hard, and the glue will actually fill in the dead space. At least that's what's supposed to happen in theory. So let's give it a shot and finish this job up so I can take it outside and get a test flight in. Now I hope the glue gun isn't too hot and melting the actual rubber. But then again, that might work to my advantage. Spider webs. Okay, I only have a few seconds to put this on because you know glue guns dry really quick. And there. I'm pressing both pieces down. I'm 9 times out of 10 sure I'm going to have to apply some on the edge, but that's it. And you have landing gear for the Hubsan H502s. If you notice, the door still swings open. I can get the battery in and out with no problem and still be able to lock the door. And I can get the SD card out. The glue from the glue gun should be pretty dry. And as you see, landing gear is on firmly. It actually did melt a little bit of the foam, but I guess that's good because once it hardens, it should help. But as you see, your first mod to the Hubsan H502s landing gear. I'll put a link to where you can get parts from the UDI U6 helicopter, RC copter's landing gear. I'll put a link below so you can get that landing gear for I think about $5 or $6. And I really think it's worth it. Now, I just happen to have a charged battery and I'm going to take her outside and see how the landing gear works. Please like and subscribe to Novice Quadcopters. Thanks for watching.